welcome to GTO Charts. Today I'm just going to play some live poker on GG, and I don't know, I might play for 10-15 minutes and try and play as close to GT optimally as I can. Not sure whether I will accomplish that. I would doubt it. And then go back after I've played and intersperse the spots that I'm not too sure about. So let's just start it off, and pretty much just going to play as straightforward as possible, and maybe I think I might fast forward most of these hands until we get to a spot where I actually do something. Okay, maybe not. So ace jack in middle position, definitely it's an easy raise. If I got 3-bet there, I probably would have folded. Ace jack's just not strong enough, really. A lot of people disagree with that, but when you check out GTO Wizard or my charts, it's pretty much a fold there, depending on who you're playing against. I'll probably call this, and that's an easy check fold. Nowhere near that flop. Queen 9 of spades, I will open that up. Don't think I'm going to do anything, any 3-betting. Maybe sometimes you could think about it. This guy raises 20%. Okay, I'm going to do it for the sake of the video. Okay, so we'll look at both the charts and the wizard. Now, just to tell you, this is not during live play. This is after the event. I'm coming back to analyze the hand. And we were in the small blind and the cutoff raised. And let's have a look at Queen 9 suited. According to my charts, that's never a 3-bet. Queen 10, yes. And let's have a look at the wizard. And according to the wizard, you can see here, I populated that with cutoff raises. I'm in the small blind, and Queen 9 suited is never a 3-bet. Okay, that's interesting. So that was a incorrect play. And we'll look it up later to see what the wizard thinks of that raise from there. And just a third pot continuation bet on that flop. Looks pretty safe. Okay. Obviously, that's a good card. I do have a straight flush draw. Get max value out of this guy. Not sure what the best play is. We're going to... Wow, that's a severely unfortunate card. Another spade. Board pairs. I think I'm going to check it. Okay, so I'm in the wizard analyzing that hand. Unfortunately, really cannot do that because I put the flop in here, and then the action's on me, having first to act, and the fact that Queen 9 of spades isn't a thing to 3-bet. That's why I made a mistake, so you cannot analyze it further. If it was Queen 10 of spades, you're going to be checking a lot, it seems like. So yeah, either way, that hand is pretty much butchered from me. I did win it, which is beside the point. And decide he checks it back. Okay. That worked out, and we'll check it out and intersperse that with GTO Wizard. Okay, easy 3-bet. Just doing 3-bet or fold from most spots. Sorry, small blind, button, cut off, middle position. Ace-8 is an open for sure. 3-bet, probably fold, I would say. But we get called. There's probably argument for we are in GTO Wizard, and I put the flop in already. So the flop is Jack of Spades, Jack of Diamonds, 2 of Hearts, and the big blind checks. And what should we do on the button with our Ace-8 off? It is looks like about 50-50, and with our exact hand, Ace of Diamonds, 8 of clubs, which is this one, similar, looks pretty close to 50%, but probably betting a little bit more than checking, which is what we did, which was good. And then we bet probably third pot, and then the flop came. Big blind called. Flop came King of Diamonds. Big blind obviously is going to check. Never has a leading range on that. So big blind checks. And now with our Ace-8 offsuit, we should be checking 99.5% of the time, which is pretty much all the time, which we did not do. We decided to bet, and we bet, I think we'll go back to the hand now, see how much we bet. Checking and or betting. I'm going to barrel this. I think he's going to call that flop with some ace high, and then when the king comes, and if he hasn't got it, he'll fold. So, yep. Okay, so we bet about 3/4 pot. We should have checked, but we bet that amount, well, close to it. And well, we don't know what the big blind had, but with his entire range, he should still be calling half of it and folding half of it. But anyway, I think we made a big mistake on the turn, but we took it down. Rarely open these anymore. I used to open any pocket pair, but small pocket pairs under the gun, probably roll a random number generator, and if I roll a low number, I'll probably do it occasionally. Fold, fold, fold. Ace-10 of clubs going to be definitely doing something here, unless there's some major action ahead of us. I think, I'm not sure. I think you can mix it up between a raise and a call. Let's go for the call. And feeling confused on this board. I think if he bets, I don't know what to do. Let's lead out here. Could be horrendous. Okay, so it seems like it, yes, was probably horrendous. Although betting small with ace 10, oh, sorry, it was ace 10 suited. Checking 97% of the time. Betting small or medium, very, very small percentage of the time. So, again, not the preferred play. No, good enough. So, I mean, when he checks that back, you think he hasn't got a queen, he's got ace high, he's scared. Not sure. Look it up after the game. Would have opened that up, but it's just too weak to 3-bet. Jack 10 off. Weak in that position. Probably Jack 10 suited. Ace 5. Weak, weak, weak. Pocket 4s. I think I want to raise it. What do we? If we flop a set, we want to build the pot beforehand. And we can rep a king there. I think I'm just going to make a bet and then give up. Just having a look at that pocket 4s when I was in the big blind and the small blind limped. I have to admit, I do not know how to play against a limp from the small blind effectively, so let's have a look at it. It seems like if the small blind just calls and I'm in the big blind, calling meaning just limping, and I have pocket 4s, it should be raising large, never, never, raising small, about 24%, and checking about 76% of the time. So I did raise. It wasn't horrible, but yeah. Most times people limp from the small blind. I think they're just fish. I think this guy was probably okay. He was limping ace jack just to balance out his range. A limp caller. Checks. I'll say he has a jack. Yep. Limped ace jack. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really play that limp from the small blind. The game's complicated enough without throwing in a limping strategy. Would have maybe 3-bet that myself, but no decision now. Queen 10, probably open. Fold to a 3-bet. People love to 3-bet randomly from the small blind. This guy 3-bets a lot, but Queen 10 off is just a little too weak, really, to defend. Would have flopped an open ender, but you do not know what you're going to flop. Okay, looking for another playable hand. Queen 2 suited. Take it down. Seven four off. Rubbish. He's queen under the gun. Easy, easy. I'll bet this. Actually, he's from the Ukraine. I'm going to be nice to him, seeing his country's being invaded by Russians. So I'm going to check it. Okay, so it seems like checking there wasn't horrendous. It's a mixed strategy. When you have ace queen off under the gun, big blinded called, and the flop comes 8-2-2. I mean, checking 23%, and then a mixture of small, medium, large, and over bets. So that check was fine to our Ukrainian friend. People love just to fire at you when you show some weakness, but I'm not going to fold the ace queen. Okay. I mean, I probably should have bet that. Okay, use that money wisely to fuck Putin up, pretty much. You can take it, son. Not sure what he had. I should have bet that flop, I think. Too weak, too weak. Jack 8. Depending who's here. He's probably going to 3-bet. He looks like he's a 3-bet maniac. No, he just called. Just continue for half pots. Not sure why I do half pot here. And I'm going to keep barreling because he's calling with any of these, with a 10, the 6, or 2, that he's going to be scared of that ace. And he insta-folds, which is good. Call and flop a set. That's the plan. And there she is. Okay. Obviously a check raise if he bets. Bet's rather big. So, not sure why he would do that. So let's do 3, 4, 8, a little bit over 3 times what he bet, I think. Okay, so it seems like betting small, leading out here, is a thing, which I didn't think it was. Good to know. You can bet small 43%-ish and check 57%-ish, which I did. I checked. And so let's do that. Check. And the button raise fairly largish to 4.1. Now what should we do now with our pocket sixes? It's a mixed strategy between raising medium and calling. So let's see what I do. Hope he ships it. Hope he's got like a smaller set. Will be nice. Probably thinking he may have a flush draw. Calls. Okay, I think we have to go big. The wizard agrees with me, which is good. Saying over betting 20% of the time, and betting large 40% of the time, checking 40% of the time. So that's good. So I did go for the largish bet, I do believe. So let's go for 75% of the pot, and let's have a look what happens now. Still thinking, not sure what he'd call a check raise with. I'm going to shove river unless it's spade, obviously. A paired river would be nice. I can't think of anything to be calling with that he got there. So we just ship it, I think. Jack of diamonds, river, and I thought shove was the play, but it seems, according to the wizard, with pocket sixes, that checking 100% of the time is what we should be doing. And that, I would think, is because the only thing I think of is if I shove here, what's he going to call me with? Which sort of makes sense. So I think it's a check to then see what our opponent does. I shove, but I'm going to say check here, just to see what they think the button should do with their range. Okay, so if you check our pocket sixes, then the button should, with his entire range, check about half the time, bet large 41%. Never bet small and bet medium that amount of the time with their entire range. It's an interesting hand. Not sure I fully understand it, but that's fine. I mean, he could have 4-5. I get the fold. 10-7's too weak. Ace-2's too weak. Jack-4 suited. Obviously no. Our strategy from the small blind is 3-bet or fold. So that is never going to be raised. Probably flat this, I think, unless there's something happening ahead of us. Okay, that is a flop. That. I feel like I'm going to get into trouble. This guy's under the gun. Sorry, he's middle position. So his range obviously has an ace in it, but we're not going to go away that easily. Now we have a gut shot. Interestingly, he doesn't bet. So I think he would have bet an ace. So I think we take it down. Fold. Ace-10 suited. Snap 3-bet from the cutoff. Could 4-bet. Could fold. Or could flat. I think it's call. So happy to report that I was correct in my analysis during this game, and as I said, there's a mixed strategy. I could have raised it. I could have raised it 28% of the time, calling it about the same and folding about half the time. So yeah, I went for the call, and that was seemed like a reasonable thing to do. And we're going to look it up and analyze it. This guy opens 54% of hands and 3-bets 67%. However, I'm not sure over what period. That's over 28 hands, so not too sure about that, how accurate that is. When he checks, question here is whether we bet for value, probably, but the flop came 10-7-7, 10 of spades, 7 of hearts, 7 of clubs, and with our ace 10 suited from under the gun, we should be checking 100% of the time, which we did. That's good to know. And then it is on to him in the cutoff, and with his entire range, he should be betting medium or betting large, and for about so 36% medium, 33% large, and then checking 27% of the time. He bet, I think he bet rather large. Yes, go over that. He bet about, let's say 75% of the pot, and then it's up to us. The ace 10 suited, we should either call or raise small. So there's no folding. We did call, and let's put that in. And then the turn came the 9 of diamonds, and it's on to us again. And yeah, so we should be betting here. Betting small about 80% of the time and checking 20% of the time. So that's a mistake. I should have bet, especially once you see what this guy has, which shouldn't be part of the equation. Sometimes it is. He was raising a lot. He looked like fishy, and basically raising any two, but didn't quite make that assumption. But definitely should have bet that river, I think. So let's see how the hand plays out. He checks ace king, 6-5. Okay. I think we need to mark this guy down as a pretty average player. I might wrap it up there, actually. Okay, thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed that video, just bringing your attention to our website, gtocharts.com, and the pricing on it. You'll see that down the bottom of the page. And there's some free stuff. There's GTO Wizard. You can actually get a free trial. Try it out, and you will get 10% off on your first purchase if you decide to buy it. And but there's no obligation free trial. It's really good. Highly recommended to really improve your game. As you can see, I made a lot of mistakes in that video, and GTO Wizard picked them up, and hopefully next time I play, I'll be better. Actually, I know I will be. So pretty much just using GTO Wizard as your poker coach. We also can, we have a day trial, 24-hour trial for our charts. You get all the charts to have a look at, and it is just $1 for the day. And if you really like them, which I think you will, there's a few subscription options. yeah, so that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed that, and put some comments in below in the comments and on YouTube. Tell me if you want more of these videos, or tell me what sort of videos you like. I'll do my best to bring them to you. Thanks everybody.